Hello, my stamping friends. This is Oksana from funstamper.com and welcome to my Catalogue Kickoff free online class. I'm so glad you're joining me. So let's have a couple minutes to chat like in normal class, what I will do, and then we start. We have fun projects today to create two of the cards that feature all brand new in colors. If you're here, if you're live, comment so I know you're here, and then we will go ahead and start. I'm glad I'm doing live video. It was a while, so we'll see how technology will cooperate with me today. I miss my online friends, and I decided, hey, I'll just show my face today, right? Right after work to the stamping. Just my normal fun way to end the evening. Everything going well. Had two classes last couple days. One was Catalogue Kickoff and we had a blast. If you miss it, I hope I will give you some inspiration and show what we did so you feel not left out. And yesterday I had my Crafty Happy Hour class in local wine shop. It's always fun. We drink wine, we stamp, cannot be better. All right, are we ready? Let me flip you around. Hello, my friend. Okay, let me flip you around, don't get dizzy. And see how technology gonna cooperate with me today. I have my new setup. It may not cooperate, but we will try it. Hope I didn't lose you. Okay, let's see. I guess we're gonna roll with that setup. It's not ideal, but let's see. You could kind of see part of my camera. And gonna zoom in, gonna zoom out. I see Monica, you here? See if you see me fine. And I guess we get started. It is what it is. It's not probably gonna be ideal. I thought I could zoom in like in a regular video, but I guess I cannot really do it. All right. Okay, we're gonna roll with that. Okay, so Catalogue is here, and I'm super excited about that. As always, when Catalogue debuts, it's a lot of new product. We're all excited about it, but guess what? The most exciting piece, it's new in colors, and this is what we're gonna concentrate on today. We're gonna create using all new brand colors, and I will show you a fun fold card and also another one easy card that you could pretty easily create with. So let's, oh, look at that. I think we're gonna do great. Okay, great. So let's introduce new colors. They are Crisp Cantaloupe, Peaceful Pine, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue, and Barely Blush. All amazing colors. They coordinate so well together. If you're a color lover, you would be really happy. Another thing, what is super happy about the new release is new pads. I know most likely already hear the story. Some of you already have it in your little hot hands, but the ink pads are just absolutely crazily amazing. So they're a little bit larger and they're magnetic and they open like that and they stay like that. It makes me so happy to just open and close. You could literally do it with just one hand. And you could stack them and they kind of hold in place. Obviously, I would not suggest you to turn them around, but you could really stack them on a table and it's create nice pile. So love those. In addition, they are different materials, so they felt like, and it's a little bit different. You will stamp, and I'll give you a hint in a bit. But what I like with that one, you could not over ink your stamp. You're not gonna have a halo. If you sometimes forget how you kind of tap, 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 you will not end up with mess. So this is definitely amazing. So this is a new catalog. If you don't have one yet, make sure you go online, you look, or you request it from me. I will gladly give it to you. So this is the catalog, but we're gonna actually feature not only new in colors, so we're gonna feature those. We're gonna feature some of our blends. Here's my happy pile. We're gonna use blends to color, but another absolutely amazing item that Stampin' Up! Just released, it's those shimmery brushes and new in colors. Those are just liquid happiness. I received them Monday and play a little bit. Yesterday we played with those in a class. So fun to color. Green could be great also for Christmas. Golden glow, the golden shine, absolutely great. And another product that we're gonna play today, we're not gonna play with particular suite. Just grab any of your sentiment, and I chose to use, it's a new one, but any sentiment will work. Phrases and frames. And the star of today's class will be this designer paper. So this called Artisan Sketched Designer paper, and it's a black and white. And honestly, I am not a black type of girl in black and white. I try not to stamp in a black. I occasionally stamp in Memento, but really, really, really rarely. So it's kind of, interesting that I fall in love. It was presented on stage by my friend Kim McGilly from Canada, and she did an amazing job, and I needed to have the paper. So 2 different patterns, like this one, are great for coloring. So if you're beginner, if you're in budget, if you wanted to use new in colors and you don't know where to start with this paper. You could create a lot of cards. And it's double-sided, and I will show you how, if you're not really in plain black and white, I will show you how to change it. So this is the pattern. Polka dots are super fun as well. Then this one is one of my favorite patterns too. Again, you fussy cut. If you team fussy cut, it's 2 sheets of each. Already used one. Great paper stripes, amazing. This one, look at that. Look, those bouquets. So this is what I am featuring. Okay, ready to see what we're gonna create? So we're gonna create 2 cards today. I wanted to keep class to about 30 minutes. And we will create one of the cards that will feature the paper and super simple layout. What is great about this layout, you could recreate it with any type of paper, and it could become your to-go layout as well. So this is the card we're gonna make. I made more with different paper and different colors. See if I decorated inside, I don't even remember. Yep, look how pretty. Just extra pieces adhered. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna create. First, kind of talk about in colors, how they coordinate. And the second one, it's probably my favorite. It was favorite in a lot of classes. We're gonna create this funky fold. It's a play on a gatefold, so it's normal gatefold card. Look at that. So it's gatefold card with little tiny pockets. When you open it, it's super beautiful with this extra pieces of DSP colored, and the actual, it's kind of card in a card. Could be a tag, could be gift card on a bag. It's a lot of things what you can do. And I'm excited because I did use every single ink color there. Okay, ready to get started? Let me show you what supplies we need and we will go. So as I was saying, we will start with our simple card. And as a card base, we're gonna use our Peaceful Pine, so just normal 8.5 by 5.5 square in the middle. We will need 2 pieces of DSP, and I chose this pattern. It's 1.25 by 4, and another one is 1.25 by 4. And in the middle, I chose to go with new hydrangea hue, but I use double-sided or two-tone cardstock, I'm sorry, and I want a lighter hue, right? So I don't want that kind of darker. It's gonna probably look pretty, but I just embossed two-tone cardstock with this new Fern Moonlight Flora embossing folder, and it's gorgeous. And this piece measure, I believe, 2.5 by 4. So here's your basic layout. So if you wanted to create this layout, think about 2 strips of DSP. Here could be another DSP, and it creates nice 3-strip effect. We're also gonna use new dies. Somebody comment and remember what's the name of it. It comes with a Winnie the Pooh or Old Bear suite, but I absolutely love them just for the shapes. So we're gonna use those ones already pre-cut. And like I was mentioning, we're gonna I cut 2 pieces of designer paper in the shape, right? We're gonna do quick sponging and quick coloring. I didn't color, so let's see how long it's gonna take. I wanna create like an ombre effect first. So we're gonna use 2 of lighter colors. So I wanted to use Chris Cantaloupe, Barely Brush, and Chris Cantaloupe. I guess I'm not gonna use Chris Cantaloupe because it's not here. I didn't unpack, I guess, from a class. That's okay. We will pivot. So we'll just use those colors and we use hydrangea hue. How about that? So I'll just lightly sponge, put 2 pieces together, and I'm not particularly careful. So if you're not a big fan of black and white, think about it as opportunity to add color different way. I also had in my class on Saturday, my friend Ethel, she actually took a time and she colored with the blends those roses, and the effect was stunning. Obviously it takes more time, but was absolutely stunning. So you can do that one as well. And any pattern in that DSP is great for sponging as well, or coloring. Any method, right? Easy button. You don't even need to stamp. So we're gonna sponge that. And then we're gonna go with hydrangea hue and do it on the bottom. In my class and on these cards, I kind of use 2 lighter tones with Chris Cantaloupe, but hey, I don't have it right now. It's there, but it's in my bag, still unpacking from a class. We used those 2 new pads yesterday, and you should see some of my ladies that normally struggle to open the ink pads. They were so happy. You were like, okay, who wants to open the ink pads? Okay, so let's go ahead and glue those, and then we start coloring. I'm not stamping my sentiment yet, and I'll tell you why in a bit, because the way each flower is different, and it really depends how you will position the flowers. This way you wanted to make sure that it's not covering your sentiment, because your stamps and flowers may not go the way you want it. Okay, come on, glue. Let's see. I also wanted to see if that ink pad gonna be a good holder, because it's magnetic. See, it's a good holder for if you use a pen like I do. And I wonder if it's gonna be catching. Come on. Just worked literally a minute ago. I was gluing some shipping labels as I sent a couple catalogs, and it worked fine. And now it decided not to work. It's okay. If you're joining us, the measurements of 1.5 by 4 of the DSP strip. No, it doesn't want it to work. Probably need to go and grab another glue. I'm doing it in my living room. I like when I have a big table to work with. Another thing with the ink colors, like I was saying, I'm obsessed with ink colors this year. Like last year, you know, honestly, I was not crazy about some colors. They were bright and fresh and new. And I use, I think 2 of them, I use them constantly, maybe 3. The greens, I was not a big fan. Look. But this year, I actually, honestly, thought that I'm gonna like one or another better, and it surprised me that, like, for example, I thought the pink I would not really like, because it's okay. Let's see if you could remove the tip. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. You don't have all day, right, ladies? We want to see the next step. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of coloring, and this is exciting part. And again, you could color it any way you want. So, hey, how about we do leaves in a glimmery, with the glimmery brushes? Let's see. Look how cute, simple. And I feel that a line art in here, even if you leave some white space, it's still gonna look like artistic. It's not gonna look weird. So you don't really need to have it absolutely perfect. Okay, and then choices, which colors we wanna use for roses. Do we want to use blush, or do we want to use crisp cantaloupe? Let's go with crisp cantaloupe. So I color pretty simple. I never was an artistic one. I always start with the dark. Start with the dark and grabbing light, huh? So I start with the dark, and I just outline some areas where I think dark's supposed to go. Again, I'm not really paying much attention. If you like relaxing coloring and you like take time. I'm just doing stuff fast. And I blend. Flower is done. Another flower is almost done. Cute. So let's do some other flowers in golden glow. So the same, start with the dark. Do this one in golden glow, and this one in golden glow. Let's do this one in golden glow too. Can we go in for the speed? And what is cool is that when you're going to be coloring, most likely, first of all, flowers are different in the DSP. And every flower that you color will be different. And I love this variety when there's probably would not be two exactly the same cards when you color or sponge. Even so, layout may be the same. So you could improvise just changing color and it's gonna be gorgeous. Okay, let's do the purple. So on this one, the same, we start with dark. Little bit of coloring. Let's just do those doodads too. Because on this one I didn't use any pink. And we finish up. Do you like to color long and slow or quick and done? Okay, and so let's just do some centers. Oh, here's some. I don't know what the flower is. We're gonna color it in pink. We're gonna color this one in pink. So yeah, I think we are done. Okay, so this is what I was telling you about that particular one. So let's say I want to put label in the center and I color two flowers. So I wanted to see how I wanted to arrange them, right? Like there is multiple ways. So you could go, like if I have two flowers, you could arrange them this way. You could do this way, and I kind of like that contrast. So this gives me this kind of in a center, but not a lot of space. So I'll go ahead and I have happy birthday, but I really wanted to maybe have like a thinking of you sentiment. I like to send a lot of either thank you or thinking of you cards. And we're gonna stamp it in Peaceful Pine. So this way will be easier. Okay, now it's called, you have a sip of drink and Oksana finds her stamp set. Found it. So I'm gonna use this one, thinking of you. And we finish with couple butterflies. We finish with little bit of ribbon and we will be done. Okay, so let's stamp about there in the middle before we assemble the rest. What I wanted to kind of tell you a tip with the greeting, probably not a big deal. It's gonna be a little bit different the way ink transfer because material is different. So what you can do, you could do tapping, and what I found, if I twist a little bit, kind of tap and twist, then ink actually gets adhered better. Okay, and let's see. Wait a couple seconds and you're done. Look at that, it's pretty. We're putting card together. We will obviously need to add some ribbon, and we also need to add a bling. And we're gonna use those tiny butterflies. I'm on my last trip. If my order comes tomorrow, I use them. It's really pretty, like little glittery butterflies in two different sizes. So they are a lot of fun and new in colors. Again, a lot of people commented that the catalog, it's maybe small. It's not huge because it's only for 4 months. And as far as the book itself, it's kind of, thin. But Stampin' Up! Did such an amazing job, like packing it full with products. So it's a lot of products. I would be amazed if I'll be able to buy them all or use them, right? Because it's not that much time. But it's probably maybe 1 or 2 sets that I'm like, probably not. But the rest, all the accessories, all the DSP, I just love it so much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna add a little bit of ribbon. We used for class a pink ribbon, but this time I'm gonna use the golden glow. So just little snippets. Again, remember my saying, needs to have a ribbon, needs to have a bling. So that's what I kind of like to see. We will add the ribbon here and ribbon on the bottom. Yeah, it's a simple card, but it's really beautiful, and I hope this layouts give you some ideas for your quick card. So this one of the cards I consider my to-go layout. So if I'm stuck, I need quick card, here's your layout. You remove the backing, adhere it, and we're done. And then we're gonna go to our favorite card because it's funky fold. This is something that I will teach you, new fold. Again, it's not really new fold, it's improvisation on a gatefold. The gatefold without belly band. And I hope to see you recreating it with whatever supplies you have. And this one, and we are done. What do you think? Do you like that black and white paper? Maybe you have one from some time ago that you think you could find in color. Okay, so as we're doing purple, let me pull a purple butterfly. Let me pull gold and pink. Okay, we all set. So here is some card variation. Clean my brushes and we'll move to next card. Okay, so here is the 4 cards, already sent few that done with that layout. All right, let's move to the next card and see what supplies we need. Make sure I don't lose my butterflies, I'll be upset. So we're making this card, and you could see the same, depends which vases you're gonna get, your and how you color them, you will have completely different look, which is pretty cool, right? So what you need for that card, we're also going with Peaceful Pine card base. So this one is a simple fold, so you're gonna score it 2 1/8 and 2 1/8 on other side. So it has a fold in the middle. So pretty simple, right? Like your normal gate fold. Then you will need to have supplies. Normally when you do gate fold, what you have a strip of designer paper that is 1/4 inch smaller. So this one is 1/7/8 by 5 1/4, right? You just subtract 1/4 inch, and I chose to go with the stripes. And we're gonna have 2 of those, and I have exactly the same size, 1/7/8 by 5 1/4 for inside, and we're gonna color those. I have a vase, and another vase I already colored, so to go it faster. And we will need 2 halves of a square. It's 1/7/8 square, and I cut them diagonally, and I use different pattern. To make that, DSP is normally thin, right? And because we have a moving mechanism, we're gonna move it up and down. You want those pockets will be a little bit more sturdy. So I suggest you to glue them on a cardstock DSP and then cut to the size. So this way it's a little bit more sturdier. Make sense? So again, and card is super easy. Look at this paper too, like you could color and it's already gonna be beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and glue it. And I'm hoping with my glue malfunction, I will be able to do a thin border. So what is important when you're gonna glue your triangles, you want to make sure that you're gonna glue them as close to the edge as possible, so you have enough for your moving mechanism. Let's see if it's gonna work. Okay, so we're gonna, what I'm trying to do, let's clear it. Oh no, it's working. See, I really wanna as thin border as possible. That's why I'm not using tear tape. Normally I use tear tape for my 3D kind of cards or funky fold. And it's just gonna go here, right? It's like your triangles could go here and go here. And as it's gonna be drying out, because it's a wet glue, we're gonna assemble our middle piece. Again, 1/7/8 by 5 1/4 are your strips, and this corner piece is 1/7 square. Okay, are you with me? Great. So now for the actual insert, this is why I was saying we're gonna use almost every single color. So this piece measures 5 by 3 1/2. Actually, take it back, 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. And I will post measurements on my blog. This is your base, right? So I kind of wanted to have plenty of, still big, but plenty of space to move. Then my next layer, I using Barely Blush. It's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And we could glue that together. And what I also chose to do, to give the little accent, I chose to use a little bit of hydrangea hue, kind of for interest. Again, you could probably use a designer paper, but I wanted some solid background, so as flowers already will be colored, I didn't want it to kind of clash. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and sponge a little bit, so it's kind of a little bit, have some definition, right? It's not just that flat. Just have a little bit, maybe let's add a little bit more. Oh, I know, it's two-tone. I'm like, why it's so light? I use a two-tone cardstock. Yeah, always start outside. I guess that ink is actually pretty juicy. When you stamp, doesn't feel like it. When you pick it up with your blending dauber or blending brush, it's pretty cool. Okay, and we're gonna glue it, and then we're gonna use my other favorite part, and I didn't expect I'm gonna like it that much. Sometimes it's, again, catalog never do it justice. You think, doesn't look like much until you see thing in person. So this one is that glimmery paper, and it's come in every single ink color. It's relatively thick. but has those nice little glimmer on both sides, and it adds just so much, which is that little strip. You could die cut leaves. I did for one of the cards, I die cut leaves out of it from green. Could probably die cut flowers, so that's pretty cool. And on the back, I'm not gonna stamp anything on the back. It depends what I wanted to use it for. I wanted to make like little loops so a recipient will know that you need to remove it, kind of little tag. We're gonna secure it with tear tape. And on the back, we're gonna adhere a piece of basic white that measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And for this card, I will put measurements on my blog, probably Friday. So my glue malfunction, I don't know. Which glue do you use? I started to use liquid glue, but I cannot use any liquid glue. This one was kind of my favorite until right now. I use green glue occasionally. I travel with that. But I cannot make my hands stay clean. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of coloring. I already color one of the vases. Look how cute. Kind of to play with that. And then we're gonna do this one. Choices. Let's just do light pink. I wanna use all new in colors. So that's kind of. How about yellow? Can I do yellow? I'll do yellow water. Would it be strange to have a yellow water? Let's do yellow flowers. And I'm not particularly careful how I color. That designer paper definitely allows artistic interpretation. Let's do pink water, why not? It's my card. Why not? And as I have my designer paper, let's just color pretty quickly. I want my tulips to be pink. Can be going fast. Maybe this flower will be pink. We're gonna use crisp cantaloupe. Okay. One of the days, my son called me and we kind of talk for a long time. And I was just fussy cutting. I like to multitask, and I was fussy cutting all the flowers and vases for my class. So this time I decided, hey, let me help my girls to have everything pre-cut. So I love fussy cutting. Not sure about you, but it's really therapeutic for me. I guess my other side of brain working. Like when I'm stressed, I want a fussy cut. It's making me much more calmer. The same with stamping. If I stamp, maybe not necessarily, I cannot really maybe design, but if I just wanted to something kind of get my mind out, I will pick either some kit or some project that I already like pre-cut earlier, and I could just stamp It made me kind of more grounded. Love stamping. When I left for vacation last month, I didn't stamp for 2.5 weeks. Can you imagine? I didn't bring anything to stamp. It was an international trip, and I know with my schedule that packed, I'm like, I'm not even gonna attempt to move it, you know, to have it packed, unpacked, and obviously, if you travel, sometimes like luggage, you really need to make sure that you're under this 50 pounds, all these restrictions. Yeah, and then I came home and I was like, I really was missing stamping, but I was kind of in a loss. I'm like, okay, where I start? Do I still remember how to stamp? It took me a while to get to the groove. And now all these new fun products. I have so many ideas. Excited for 3-day weekend. I'll be working on some swaps that I need in 2 weeks. Yeah, a lot of stamping downtime planned this weekend. Okay, we're just adding colors, right? It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so let's put our card together. And sentiments. So let's see if anything else will work. So I like this wishes. How about sending you a hug? Happy anniversary. About thinking of you may be a little bit too big. Okay, let's just go with birthday. We all need birthdays, right? And this one could be easily made in gift card or something fun. And we are almost done. So let me glue everything inside until my ink dries so I don't smear it. It goes inside. And on this one, I use every single ink color. As far as the colors, I use 4 out of 5 piece papers, cardstock, but I use a ribbon of Golden Glow. Getting really low on Golden Glow. I end up using it in a class and also in my wine shop class. My supplies are coming. Yeah, I'm excited about summer, and those colors just gonna work great. Okay, so we're gonna arrange our vases with the dimensionals, and depends what you choose from the designer paper, you will have different effect. If you have any stamps with vases, I mean, technically any focal point. So think about a focal point here and a sentiment. The same, I want you to think about the layout and how to reuse it, and maybe not necessarily concentrate on the supplies. So we could adhere it here. So with the sentiment, I did fussy cut the sentiment. I want something minimalistic, so it's not interfere kind of with vases. I still want to see as much color with vases and sentiment to be small. When you fussy cut, you turn the paper, you don't turn the scissors. And it doesn't need to be perfect. So we will put it, I just put it here. I like to do the way I do. It's kind of like you come with one of the layouts and you liking it. So little small dimensional. Do I have little quarter? So let me know what you think about the new ink colors and which one so far stole your heart. They all available in my store, including the paper. If you absolutely love those ink colors and you need to have them, think about starter kit, where you could get a starter kit and get all 5 of those new ink color pads for free. It's an amazing deal. We will add those. Make sure when you're gonna be buying a starter kit, make sure you add the designer paper. It's only $13. You could probably will be creating with that for a really long time. Okay, let me clean it here. So here's the cards that we made today. So this one, and we also made this Thinking of You, and there is some other sample. So tomorrow we're gonna make 2 cards, and I will introduce another new product that I'm really excited about. It's impression dice, but we're also gonna use ink colors. We're gonna be sponging, so I'll show you new easy fun fold. So make sure you join me tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And I hope you like the project. Not to miss it, follow me on Facebook, like and subscribe me on on YouTube, and please leave me a comment. I really appreciate all your support. And until then, happy stamping. Bye.